Greetings, Leo, and welcome to my temple. Thoth has delivered a report about your life. We are going to review it together. We're going to cover your past, your present, your home and family life, any romantic situations, see how your finance and career is going, and last we'll be taking a look at your projected future based on the current path that you are on. We start with the Queen of Wands, the Star, the Page of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Swords, and Knight of Swords. Well, that's some very powerful energy to be coming out this early in the reading. Queen of Wands, very sexual, feminine energy, matching with the Star, which is all about wish fulfillment, Aquarius energy. Having the highest intuition above all. Page of Swords is all about thinking about the past, reviewing what you've been through, trying to analyze it. Contemplate what was done right and what was done wrong. Trying to think about where you were giving your body and your heart to. Queen of Cups, more feminine energy. Also, single motherhood. Not necessarily in the spread, having a King of Swords there. We have more Aquarius energy. And then the Knight of Swords is all about swift and fast movement. But did this King of Swords cut you off extremely quickly? Because I see that you wanted to have a divine union with this Aquarius. It was a very good match at first glance. But when you tried to give your heart to the Aquarius, something went wrong. And the Aquarius ran. And it was very abrupt and fast. And he did not want anything to do with it, so he moved away. Potentially leaving you and a child behind. Because with these two cards together, it's you and the child looking towards the King of Swords, and the King of Swords looking at you, waving goodbye, and then jumping on his horse and getting the hell out of Dodge. So you're trying to figure out what went wrong with this situation you don't understand. You don't understand the King of Swords, what happened. But you know, a Leo and an Aquarius, if this is an Aquarius, they're the complete polar opposite signs. So some would say, oh, they're good for each other, but How is it good if both people are going in complete opposite directions? There is no on the same path. It's always a separated path. Yes, there's an alignment, but it's a 180-degree alignment where you're going that way and the Aquarius is going the complete opposite direction. There is no coming even close. So let's see how the home and family life is working out for you. Again, Chariot, moving away. Cancer energy. Knight of Cups, slow when it comes to love. Five of Wands is all about fighting and being defensive. So somehow the love just did not work in this relationship for you at all. Chariot was all about movement, swift movement, flying away, getting on a chariot, and I mean the Aquarius has already got the horse. You match the horse with the chariot. It's hauling ass, and you're sitting on this horse with your cup. But yet we have a Five of Wands where both of you can't agree. You cannot come together. It's a tug of war. It's literally the staff with you on one end in a line with the Aquarius on the other end and pulling on each other apart. So I don't know what the situation was that led to the problem, but I have a feeling just the simple fact that a Leo and an Aquarius are not good matches. Let's see how your romantic life is going, if at all. Queen of Swords, not really going anywhere. Ace of Swords, waiting around for it, trying to see. You have no social life and no romantic situations going on right now. You're in single hermit mode. You're in Queen of Swords, trying to completely analyze this situation. You're trying to understand it. The Ace of Swords is about trying to have clarity and see mentally what happened. You're completely boggled by this whole situation, to the fact that it dove you into the hermit mode, and now you're really trying to research and reflect. The only thing I can think of as an answer for you as to what happened is that an Aquarius cannot be controlled. In no way. They do not abide by boundaries. They don't abide by rules. They don't abide by really anyone's say-so. They become like their own god of their reality, where they rule. It doesn't matter what you say to them. They're technically not even driven by sex. It's all about the intellect and in the mind. Yes, they'll take sex. Yes, they do want to have, especially a male Aquarius does want to procreate, but that's not the driving force. They're not fire energy. Not like you are. In your world, you think that everything is about passion and sex and fire and heat of the moment. And that's fine and dandy for one moment. But the Aquarius rules time. They rule the mind. They rule thought. And if they get bored, which they tend to do very often, they bounce to the next thing. And they don't let nothing hold them back. They immediately move on, swiftly, just like the Knight of Swords says here. They hop on that horse They kick it in its ass, and they don't look backwards. They truly believe that the only way to live life is to be looking forward through the windshield when you punch the gas. If you're staring in the rearview mirror when you've decided to punch the gas, you'll probably crash and wreck. And I think that you may have been attempting to, I don't want to say emotionally manipulate, because that's not your nature. I think that you were trying to sexually manipulate this Aquarius with the Five of Wands. Basically just trying to seduce them all the time, thinking that that would make them happy. But as you could see in your romance section, that left you completely alone. Completely alone to just sit and think about what in the hell did you do wrong, because in your nature you did right. But I think it was a bad match. So let's see how your finances are going. Not so good. Toxic devil, Capricorn energy, magician, Nine of Wands. So you are a fire sign. Passion is always going to be number one for you. So I think that you are most likely going to be trying to sell sex any way you can. You're going to exploit every different area, and you're going to be stuck. It's not really the most ideal thing for you in your mind. You don't want to be doing this. But this is all you know. All you know is how to use the devil and wield it. All you know is how to manifest your finances through being toxic. The biggest thing is to try to not go to jail over it. You don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to be barred. You don't want to be locked into a position. With having the Magician and the Nine of Wands is like self-sabotage, manifesting the wrong things, manifesting not dreams, but nightmares, manifesting and being lost and blind to what you're really doing. You need to stay in this hermit mode, and you need to take your mind off of this Aquarius that left, because he isn't going to come back. He has the Knight of Swords and you have the Chariot together. It's a done deal. He's not going to come back. He's already gone. So for you to be depressed, sit around, cut the world off, and just be in hermit mode and be thinking about this lost love is really distracting your energy from more important things, which should be figuring out how to get your life on track and get a good stable foundation in your financial situation. Instead, right now, it shows you're just sitting around thinking about this situation and selling yourself, selling your body, selling your time. And most likely this is going to be to men, because you're the feminine energy. Aquarius was the male energy. let's see how your future's going to turn out. Seven of Swords. That's not good. Eight of Wands. Trying to make a reconciliation. Six of Wands, and using your seduction to do it. So, you are going to dwell on this situation. You want it back. Seven of Swords is... it's like being on the battlefield and feeling like you lost. Or won, either way, but it's a end of a war. It's contemplation about what happened again. More of that energy. Still stuck in your head, wondering. And then the Eight of Wands is like chasing. Now you're chasing. And Six of Wands is like you're just throwing vanity. You're throwing the pussy. You're throwing it at him. And because this Seven of Swords is here, I believe that you're trying to do it back to this Aquarius. It's air energy and fire energy. So your focus is still not where it needs to be. You want this back so badly that you're willing to restart the cycle over again. Let's get some oracle cards. So, start with these first three. Looks like he was your sugar daddy. Excuse me. Got all mixed up. Resist relying on others to boost your mood or support you. While it's great to have people around you who can provide for you, it's important to be able to look after yourself. So this Aquarius was your sugar daddy, paying the bills. And boy, you love that. I can tell, because you're so sprung. Aquarius is a one-of-a-kind. Uncover your unique brand and beauty. Embrace your power by adopting a new perspective, even if it does not fit within the conventional mold. Escape perfectionism. Aquariuses are really one of a kind. So I think you felt like that was your end-all be-all. He was going to be the one to take you out the hood. Settlement, an agreement, and a compromise. So somewhere along the way, you guys were trying to come together and compromise about what was going on. So I'm starting to see a story where the Aquarius was getting kind of bored with just paying your way and getting some pussy. Escapade, vacation, hideaway, and adventures. So it's more taking off energy. Maybe he decided he was going to go on a vacation. So what toxic was happening at the home? What happened? Did it happen on vacation? Did he decide to find a new woman while you guys were on vacation? Or did he go on his own vacation to find another sugar baby? This is exactly what I said. Boredom. Tired of the same routine. It's a great connection, but no spark, lack of sexual chemistry, interest. So this is what I was saying. Aquarius gets bored. It just can't hold the attention. You got to really work your ass off to keep him satisfied. Especially if it's going to only be about sex. It has to be freak shit all the time. It has to be something new, wild. You know, otherwise he'll just want to fucking sit on the couch and watch TV and just assume not even deal with you after a while. You gotta bring other people into the mix. Definitely, Aquarius is like threesomes, foursomes, big escapades. Just like that, escapade, that's what he wanted. Obsession, unhealthy attachment, sexually addicted to you, attractions has become an obsession, and possibly spying. So, because the Aquarius wanted the sexcapades, you were so obsessed with him, you wanted to control it. Again, there is no controlling an Aquarius. This is what they're going to do, this is what they're going to do. And most of them are players. I've been playing the field, not ready to settle down. And, yeah, that's exactly what was going on here. Is the boredom set in, and he became a player. Under pressure. I'm under a lot of pressure. Please be understanding. Well, that could be about anything. That could be about work. That could be you putting pressure on him, and I think that's most likely what the situation is, because we have the boredom and then the obsession over here. So that tells me that you were obsessed with him, and that created pressure because you were checking his phone, insecure, worried about who and where he is at all times, questioning him all the time, acting like you don't trust what he's saying because he's being a player, or at least you felt that way. And all that did was push him away. That put too much pressure on him. And Aquarius, they like to have things easy going. And if you're not prepared to handle that, if you don't want to just make their life easy, they will go and be on their own. They're the one sign that has no problem with just sitting in a room all by themselves and not desiring anybody's attention. They just don't give a shit. They know that they can manifest anything, so it doesn't matter to them, your threats about leaving. The fighting and arguing only does the opposite of what you're trying to get, which is attention. Rescuer. Someone may enter your life and help you resolve any difficulties you're experiencing. Consider career as a firefighter, paramedic, or any rescue or heroic profession. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Quite the opposite. It shows your strength. So, it's a call for you to do something that involves helping people. Not toxic, but instead look at the devil, the Capricorn energy, as asking you to sacrifice and work hard. Emotions. Your emotions are affecting your finances. You're paying too much attention to your love life and ignoring your career. Earn money doing something that you love or dream job. I mean, I don't even need to read the card. I already told you this. I already said that you're paying more attention to the situation than getting your life stable. If you go back and rewind the video, that's exactly what I said already. So that totally confirms. Cards begin to repeat themselves. I move on. Couple more cards for this ending, which, if you remember, I was saying it sounds like you're going to be trying to reignite this spark. Hitting rock bottom, nail in the coffin, finalize goodbyes, severing ties, dead end. That's what my recommendation is. My recommendation is you deaden this and just move on, because the Aquarius is definitely not the best fit for you. Just nail the coffin shut and leave it alone. You need to focus on your finances and getting yourself stable and on track. You need to be enthusiastic. There is exciting news coming, setting off in a new adventure, passion to start creating and making plans. So that's beautiful, a beautiful way to end. That's the advice that you need to take from this, is to leave this past situation in the past. Do not try to go back and reignite this shit. It's not going to work. It didn't work before, it's not going to work again. That's one thing, again, you can't change an Aquarius. There's no changing them. Maybe if you get one really young, but even then, that's even harder, because young Aquarius, they're just hard-headed. They don't listen to nothing. They have to become enlightened before they begin to listen, and even then they become God of their own world, like I said, and you still can't tell them shit. You have to learn how to coexist. But I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you work on controlling your emotions. And there's a couple good ideas here on to what you should go and look to do. You've got service, firefighters, paramedics, rescuers. This could be hospital, if you're a woman, nurse. And then you also have creation, passions, and make plans about how you want to do this. So you have like two separate really good things here to focus on, to take your mind off of this bullshit. Figure out how to be artistic, make music, deal with makeup, go back to school, be an esthetician, a hairstylist, be a painter. Well, Leo, I think that sums it up. I hope this reading would help you get on the right track and stay on the right track. I wish you nothing but the best, and I'll see you the next time you join me in my temple. Goodbye.